I know that's a little countdown thing. Oh, yay!
Yes.
It says
Did
live.
you
Yay.
do you see it?
Yep.
Okay, it's saying that it's setting up my meeting for Facebook Live, so I'm just
Okay.
waiting for it to do its magic. Okay, I
Well
can't
then,
see anything. Okay, here we go.
we're taking good time for a Monday.
Perfect. Yes. Only 5 minutes
I
behind. That's
know.
good.
Woo! That's a record.
Seriously. Well, hello everyone. My name is Jakia. I'm the owner and virtual assistant of Javon Services here in Syracuse, New York. I have my special guest here with me. Her name is Adriana. She is the owner and virtual assistant of AVAS LLC. She's a Charleston, South Carolina native, a wife, and a mother to two precious little boys. Welcome, Adriana, and thank you for
Thank
agreeing to
you.
do this Facebook Live with
Of
me.
course. Like, I'm glad you asked.
Thank you. I was so excited. I mean, I've been following your virtual assistant page way before I even started mine. So I was like, I definitely have to find a way to communicate and talk to
Well, I
her.
appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. It is my pleasure. I just want to get into the questions. My
Of
first
course.
question for you is, what made you want to become a virtual assistant?
So, funny story about that. I never thought of becoming one. So what happened? I was working with a nonprofit at the time, and the founder was kind of pushing me to like go ahead and start my own business because she was like, "You have the skill set. Like, why don't you like doing something about it?" I'm just like, I took in what she said, but I just wasn't at the time. I wasn't like interested. I was just like, it sounds like too much work. So eventually, she just kind of like lit the fire under my butt and got started. So I was like, okay, I guess I will do this because I was like, I can't like not do it now that she already like set me up with everything. So I just did the research and figured out what skills I wanted to offer and just kind of went from there and took off. And
Wow,
I actually
that's
really love it.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you had somebody encourage you to do it too, because it's
Yeah.
just like, what, like, how do you even know that?
Yeah, I was like, I never like I've heard vaguely about it, but I never really like researched or looked into it. And now when I look back, I guess I kind of was doing it before, but I didn't know it was
Right.
called like virtual assistant.
Oh, see, that
Yeah,
was the hard. That is the
yeah,
hard part. It's kind of like, well, I want to stay home and do exactly what I'm doing. I know that I don't need to, be in
yeah,
an
exactly.
office.
So yeah, that's kind of like what happened there.
Well, that's good. I'm so glad that you started. And I saw on your website that you started back in 2018. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I started February 2018 and
Oh,
just been flowing
yay.
and like navigating since then.
Wow. So your 2 year anniversary is coming up
Yes, I'm
fast.
excited. I know. I was like, I can't believe it's like been that long already. And
I
Lord,
know.
it's like the trial and errors of doing this.
I know. It's fun, right?
Yeah.
At least we learn something new every
Oh,
day.
yeah, definitely.
Well, that is wonderful. So what is your niche? Like, what do you
Whew,
offer as a
that
virtual
word.
assistant?
Okay, so
My eyes
funny
are
thing.
watering. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So the niche thing. So I'm still working on like downgrading it. I've kind of fell into like business coaches and bloggers and everything. That's so I guess you could say that's my niche. But mainly I like working with other moms in business or other women in business, like around my age, because I'm 20. How old am I? 27. So somewhere
I know
around
you
that
kind of
age, I was like, how old
forget.
am I? So somewhere around that age group, just I don't know, just I don't know. It like changes. Like one day I'm like, okay, this is my niche, and then another time I'm like, I don't know, do I really want that to be my niche? But mainly I work with other pretty much mothers, women around my age, so like between like I want to say 25 to 35 age range is what I normally get. I started ghost blogging, so I kind of fell into that niche. So I write for other bloggers.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Is that almost like a ghostwriter for like a rapper or something?
pretty much. But I just do their
What?
blogs. thing, and I kind of just like fell into that. So that's exciting.
That
So
is
that's, yeah.
exciting.
But the niche, when everyone tells me niche now, I'm just like, about that. I'm still working on like having like a focal point, but I guess you could say business coaches, bloggers, mainly in the, because my background is in health and wellness. So health and wellness
Mhm.
field, meant like specifically mental health. I really like that.
Wow.
Um, yeah. Trying to think what else. I'm
Well,
just like, what else do I do?
aw. Well,
But
I seen like your list of different things, and I was like, wow, how does she have time to do
yeah.
this? Do you usually go like by appointment? You only have a certain amount of clients a month
So
or something like that?
I do have subcontractors that help me out with like the day to day. So like they see
Mhm.
this, thank you guys so much. But they usually help me with that because of course I have two kids. One's in school and of course I have my little baby. Luckily he's with a sitter right now, so I'm able to do this. But it's honestly really hard
Mhm.
because now it was easier when he was little because he can just kind of sit in a chair and it's gonna put him by me and just leave him there. But now he crawls and
Gets
eats and
into
everything.
everything.
So what I have to do, I have to kind of stick to like a really strict schedule. I pretty much just have like when I get up in the morning, if he takes a nap, and bedtime. But by that time, I'm like wiped out. So I have to like split, see what client work is due. I'll split it up into like chunks. Like, okay, I'll work on this person's stuff for like 45 minutes and go to the next one, take a little breather, go to the next one, and try to get as much as I can done. And then whatever else I don't finish, I usually pass on to the subcontractor so they kind of help me out. So that's
Oh, wow.
how I kind of stay afloat.
That
But
is.
yeah, now it's starting to get like pick up even more. So it's like now I really, it's like, okay, I gotta get over my fear and actually get a sitter because this is not working. I
Well,
mean,
at
it's
least you
working.
opted for the sitter.
Yeah. It's like I feel like it's
Easier
more,
to have them here, right?
yeah. My
Versus
goodness.
going to the daycare.
Yeah. So it's like there's that at least. I get like a few hours like Monday so I can kind of like knock out more stuff. And even then I have to work in time blocks because I want to make sure I get everybody or as much as I can. So
Mhm.
that's pretty much my thing. I don't really have like a dedicated schedule. It's like I try, but it still gets done, but
Well,
it's
at least it gets
yeah.
done.
Yeah, it gets done. It's just a little difficult, but it gets done.
Yes, that actually went touched on my question for how do you balance it all.
Oh my gosh. It's still a balance because so I had a crazy idea of starting another business. So it's like trying to
Oh
split
my
my time
goodness.
between that. Yeah, because I have a local business in Charleston that I run too. So it's like now I'm trying to like,
Wow.
okay, AVAS, like I need to make sure I have everyone squared away here before I try to do too much with that one as well. But at the same time, I really like that business as well. So it's like I make sure I have a good balance in that. I'm still working on that one, so I don't have any tips. If anyone's watching, you have multiple businesses, I'm learning too. So
Well, to me, it sounds like you are just superwoman, okay?
thank
Us
you.
women wear so many hats. I cannot even imagine running two businesses at once
Oh my goodness.
with two kids and a husband. Like, that
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
lot.
I'm working on really hammering down like my times, like weekends. I'm trying to set up like one weekend where I don't do anything. I just spend time with the family because I have to take my kids everywhere. They're with me almost every meeting. They go to events,
Aw.
like everything. So they kind of get the feel for business life too.
Oh,
So
that's wonderful.
yeah.
Just throw them in there. Go ahead,
Yeah, I know. It's
kids.
like, well, got no option because I can't afford a sit budget. But
Right.
yeah,
Well, still, it's just like it's another bill. So it's kind of like if I could
yeah,
save money, then I will,
yeah, exactly.
whether I make enough or not.
Yeah, I know. So it's just like, you guys can just come with me at the same time.
Exactly, exactly. Well, that makes me so happy to know that people support you and they know that you're a mom, so you can bring your
Yeah.
children.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm very upfront. I'm like, look, I have children. Like, even before calls,
mhm.
I'm like, look, I have a kid, and he may or may not be asleep. So if you hear him, I apologize, but I can't really do much about it.
At least you're upfront because I get so nervous. I'm like, oh my God, my baby is crying. I have to go. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. Like, he's crying. Right now he's with his dad, so it's kind of like, okay, they're in the
Yeah.
other room. I should be okay for now, I think.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's exactly how it goes.
Well, I'm so happy to know that I'm not alone, and I'm sure
No.
women that are watching this understand. And even the
Yeah.
stay-at-home dads, like if you're
Yes.
watching, you know the struggle can be real at times.
Yes.
Well, I guess that brings me into my next question, which is
Mhm.
what kind of difficulties do you face in your line of work?
Hmm. I guess like outside the personal life, like within the business realm, I guess I get, not a lot, but sometimes I get people that don't understand, like, still technically a business owner. So you have like the people that think you're on call like 24/7 and just like, no, you
Mhm.
switch my phone off at a certain time. Like if I happen
Yes.
to be up, I usually respond, but I'm not doing anything until like a set time. It's like I'm trying to get my life in order on the back end. So I guess that's one issue, like still trying to navigate between like the line of business owner to employee, trying to get people to understand that. And what else? There's another one. I think like pricing too, because
Mhm.
people want like the best work for the cheap price.
Of
So
course.
yeah, I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
So it's like I try to explain to people too, like, okay, like the reason why we charge this much is like we gotta pay our taxes, I got systems. So it's like even then, even after I break down everything, I'm still only making probably what the normal pricing is anyway. Like the
Right.
not minimum wage, but yeah, just trying to get people to understand that. I guess those are like the harder points. But mainly
Right.
like the employee line, business owner line. Like, no, I'm a business owner like you. It's just I do work
Especially
for
when
your
you're.
business, but yeah, because I usually try to make it seem as though they're the only person I work with because
Mhm.
I want to try to keep that like relationship open, but at the same time, it's just like I do have other people I gotta take care of well.
Exactly. And
But
they got to make
luckily,
sure I
yeah,
can afford to pay my taxes.
exactly.
You're down south, so it may be a little bit cheaper, but here in New
Yeah.
York, it's so expensive.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen what people charge up there. I'm just like, whoa, like, but I was like, I
Because,
understand too the cost of living.
yes, the cost of living is outrageous.
Yeah, so it's like I understand. It's like those are my main things. Like I know people usually like complain about social media, but I don't like. Yeah, it is tough because there's like so much congestion on the social media channels. But I feel as though like us doing this and people like showing people your personality that usually kind of helps as well. It's like creating your own lane
Exactly.
with that stuff.
And I think that's important, especially now. It's kind of revolutionary to be working remotely. A lot
Yeah,
of places are only working remote or
I
only
know. It's like
doing.
it's pretty cool.
It's definitely something that I could see going higher and people doing it more in the
Hmm.
future.
Yeah, definitely. I think they're realizing it.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely easy. It's better to get started now versus later because
Exactly. Catching
then you
on.
have to transfer everything from physical to digital, and that in itself can be
A
very,
lot.
very time consuming.
Yes.
Jeez. Well, I'm glad that that's what you do, and I'm glad to hear that, you know, I'm not the only person that thinks like that as far as like making sure I'm paid what my worth is, that I'm
Yeah.
actually doing it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna make sure I do a good job. But you need to understand that I have a family, I have this,
Yeah.
I have that. I have set, do
Yeah. It's
you
like I
have
have
set
a whole
hours?
lot going on behind the scenes. Like even though I don't talk about it much, but most like I'm pretty much cool with most of the people I work with anyway. So it's just like,
Mhm.
yeah, I got this today. So if I can't get to
Exactly.
it, I promise I'm gonna get to it the next day. And everyone, I just love the people I work with because everyone's like chill and everyone like understands. So I have no
Mhm.
complaints there.
Exactly. Now, do you give them set hours or is it just kind of like whenever you can get to it, kind of?
I still, excuse me, I don't really have set hours, but I still try to pay attention to like their due dates. Like when they have something due, I try to make sure like okay, I need to set off time at this time just to make sure like I'll probably let my son destroy the house for like a few minutes
Mhm.
as I try to do something, but it's tricky. I'm not even gonna lie, it's tricky. But I
Especially
usually
when
still
it's
try.
like, it's kind of like, oh, this thing is going to take me only like 5 minutes. Okay, let me do this now. And
Hmm.
then you find yourself doing like 10 other small things, and it's like
Yeah,
two
so it's
o'clock
like
in the morning.
I'm like I really have. It's like one of those things where you really have to like write out what you want to do and like really stick to it because I have like a squirrel mind and I will hop around. So I'm just like no. So that's why I have to like break myself up in chunks anyway because like believe it or not, I have a hard time focusing, but I can focus
Yeah.
long enough. I'll give myself a set time, focus on that task, take a break, and then start something else. So I'm not getting like burnt out or anything really quick.
Right. And it's good that you know that about yourself so you can say,
Yeah.
okay, I need to monitor myself and make sure that I'm staying
Yeah.
focused.
It's like learn like knowing your strengths and your weaknesses so you can figure out the best game plan for you. So it's just like just one of those things. It's like know your personality and just try to find something that fits.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that pointer because I know some days
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I can't. Or I have the
Yeah.
baby and I'm just like, oh, well, I'll just get to it in a little while.
Yeah, no, I usually that's exactly why like open communication definitely too. Like I tell them, I'm just like, okay, like last week I was out pretty much all week because my son had the flu or was recovering from the flu.
I
So
saw that. Is he
yeah,
feeling better?
yes, he is a lot better in destroying stuff. Probably now as we speak. but, but
Keeping the babysitter on her toes.
yes. So it's just like one of those things. It's just it's like I'm sorry. Like I'll try my best to get as much as I can done, but at the same time, it's life. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's just like I'll do like what I can and make sure like at least the main things you need done is done. But that's the best part of like working as a virtual assistant. Like I choose my schedule. So
Right. And it kind of comes with the territory, right?
yeah, pretty much.
I would think that a business owner who does hire an independent contractor who works remotely would know, like, okay, this person may have a family, that's why they're working independently, or
Yeah,
they may be a single parent and they can't necessarily
yeah,
get a babysitter. So,
yeah. No, and there's some that work 9 to 5 and everything. So it's just like yeah,
yes. And I think that even touches on what I was talking to with the virtual assistant I talked to last week. She was
yeah,
talking about Claire. Hi, Claire. She was talking about setting boundaries. Like, okay, these are when I'm going to
yes,
work. This is when I'm going to turn my phone off. This is when I'm going to spend time
yeah.
with my husband. So I think that definitely comes into play.
Yeah, and that's something I'm still like working on myself because
It's
I'm
hard.
yeah, I know. It's like I'm attached to my phone. I'm just like, okay, they don't need a response right away. Like, just put it down and try to be more. That's my thing too. Like, especially like for quarter 4, like that's my thing. Let's try to live in the moment more and enjoy
Mhm.
the times I have with my family and everything. Because it's like I'm always on my phone. I catch myself just staring
Mhm.
mindlessly at my phone, like checking emails and stuff. Like, okay, I need to stop.
and
Like, that's my thing. Like, I need to put
I
it down.
and I think that's hard for all of us to admit. It's like I
Yeah,
know I'm on my phone. I know that I could be doing something a little more productive. Like I'm
yeah,
not. It's not like I'm not being productive, but I could be
yeah,
spending time with my baby or doing something with my husband, something that's
yeah,
fun, so we're not in the house all day. So
yeah.
things
Pretty
like
much.
that.
That's exactly what it is. Sorry, if y'all
Well,
see
I'm
me
glad.
swatting these, I'm outside and these love bugs are just like ridiculous right now. And I'm just like trying to play it off. Just
Oh
try
no,
not
you're
to freak
fine.
out.
You're fine. I'm not even out physically outside, and my allergies are bothering me. So you're fine.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got my puppy.
It's like they keep watering. I was fine before we got on live, and now it's just like,
Yeah.
but that's okay. So we'll get to the next question, which is, what is your favorite thing about being a VA?
Definitely the freedom. I would say that. Like, well, it took some time to like build up, but like now that I have like a better idea of what I'm doing, because Lord, when I first started, like when I first started, like I always tell people like thank y'all for sticking around because I had no idea what I was doing. Well, I mean I had an idea what I was doing, but it was just trying to learn the different systems and the right way to do stuff. It was a mess, but like now that I've learned how to like streamline everything or like workflow, so I don't even have to be on my computer when stuff gets sent out. Just learn how to do
Okay.
stuff like that. Just it's a lot easier.
Oh
But definitely the
yeah.
freedom. I like that I'm able to like learn, like keep up with trends and everything, because beforehand I didn't really pay much attention to that stuff. It's kind of like, okay, whatever I learned at whatever business or thing I was working at the time. It's like I'm staying up on top of the trends and learning about these different systems, like business things, and like some of this stuff I never knew existed. So
Mhm.
it's interesting. Just learning about the people's jobs and what they do and all that stuff that's actually been like really exciting too.
Oh yeah. And you can just, I guess what virtual assistants do is like we can wear many hats,
Yeah,
like us women, and we get a chance to get experience in different fields we
yeah,
probably never would have worked working at one job.
exactly. So it's like definitely between those two, because it's like, oh, okay, that was
Exactly.
exciting.
Exactly. And it's beneficial for them too, because then it's
Yeah,
like if you've already done this for yourself or for a previous client, they know that they can trust you with that task and that if they don't know how to do it, you can probably show them how to
yeah.
do it. So
I
that's
will say
good.
it has taught me to like work like even not quicker, but it's taught me to catch on to a lot more stuff a lot quicker, because I do not have like a very techie background, but
Mhm.
doing this is just like I grasp on the stuff like so much quicker now. It's just like, oh, okay. Like you have this one, oh, it's just like this system. So let me just try this out and boom, there we go. Like something new. Learn
Exactly.
something new.
I wish I was in your shoes because I feel like every time I try to do something, I'm just like, I don't know. I just
It
got
takes
back on.
time.
I had to learn how to use my Facebook business page because, of course, I wasn't on Facebook for a while. And then when I reactivated my page, it was just like
Oh my
everything
god.
was so different.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the world?
Don't feel
Even
bad.
with
I'm still bad.
Instagram.
Oh my god. That's another conversation.
Yes, that is a whole nother conversation in itself.
Yeah.
But it's good that we can, communicate and get ideas from each other or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
very happy not to be doing this alone.
Yes. I was like, yeah, definitely. Everyone needs to like stick together. That's why I always like try to collab with other people and everything. So that's why I was like excited when you reached out to me. I'm like, oh, like, okay.
Yes.
I like her. I'll go on a live. I was like, I don't normally do
Thank
videos.
you.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy you did when you said that you never did, like you haven't done a live in a while. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my
I always
God.
stay hidden. Everyone tells me like you need to be doing videos. I'm just like, I should. I really should.
You should.
Yeah.
You're so personable and you're very nice and you have a
Thank
sweet
you.
personality. So I think you should do it more.
Well, since
And
everyone
you know
tells me,
your
I'm like, I guess I
stuff.
will.
So
Yeah.
you know your stuff. So it's like, okay, well, I know my stuff. I know what I'm talking about. Even with the paper, you were telling me how you can't write it down because it just kind of goes out of
Yeah.
goes off script.
Yeah. That's I'm just like I don't even try. Like I'll try to stay on schedule. And it's just like nope. I'm just gonna run my mouth about something else. So that's why I even bother. It's like,
Of course, it's just kind of like, well, I know if I do it like that, I'll somewhat stay in the
yeah.
lines.
So everyone, like you'll be able to tell I'm being monotone and I'm reading something. So it's just like whatever.
Exactly, like and just let the words jumble around and it'll
Yeah, I
come to me.
know.
Well, thank you. And then I just have one last question for
Hmm.
you. And it would be what kind of advice could you offer someone who is just starting out as a virtual assistant or online business manager or a remote worker?
Definitely, if don't stress about not having clients.
Mhm.
Use this time to kind of learn like the pricing structure, like what you really want to offer. Because I would say, like when I first started, I was like, I could do everything. Like I want to help
Yes.
everybody, and no,
Mhm.
that crashed and burned very quickly. And I learned that very quickly not to do that. But just kind of
Yes.
figure out your skill set, try to play around with different stuff. If there's like opportunities where you can, I don't know, try out one of the services. 'Cause I know people sometimes they'll look for like beginners or do stuff like a discounted rate or something like that just to build your portfolio up and everything. I would
Yes.
recommend that. Just take it easy. Just build yourself up. Like
Yes.
don't stress too hard. Like that you'll be fine. You will get your clients. Your business will be booming. Just take it one day at a time. But I will say, just try to whatever skills you do offer, just read up on what's like popular and what I can't even like think of the words. Like see what people are looking for in your skill set
Yeah.
and just
No,
build.
I think that's important. Those are
Yeah,
very great tips. Especially when it's so many people who do the same thing. It's kind of like,
yeah,
goodness, so intimidated. Who's gonna hire me when they can hire this person who's
yeah.
experienced with this? So
Yeah,
I
you
think
often
that's
get
great.
messages like that too, especially like oh, why would they hire me? Because they can get it cheaper from overseas. I'm like, trust me, there's a market for you. Don't worry about it. Like one day at a
Right.
time. Just like take advantage. Like even like this past summer, I always tell people like this summer was slow, so I just took the time to
Mhm.
like kind of learn some more systems, try to figure out like okay like what do my clients need, like how can I make their job easier or make their life easier, and what can I do to kind of build myself up to make their life easier. So just kind of like spent the summer learning more tasks and everything. So like now that it's starting to pick up again, it's just like okay, I have like the free time to read up on everything and learn more tips and everything. So now I know how to do more stuff and I can help them out, especially like
Exactly.
streamlining stuff. Yeah. Yeah, just
Exactly.
my main thing is just like, don't worry, it's gonna come.
And now, sorry, I wanted to ask, there was one last question that
No
you talked
problem.
about. You talked about like making things easier for your clients. Now, do you have clients who hire you only for one thing, or is it more of like an ongoing kind of contract where you work with them a certain amount of hours a month and you just continue it on, or you just one and done, you just kind of do that one project and then you move on?
Usually, like now, well, beforehand it was kind of like ongoing, and every once in a while I'll get projects. But now I've figured out like I've started working quicker, so I actually got rid of hourly. Well, I still have an
Okay.
hourly rate, but I got rid of
Right.
like packages with hourly and stuff because it's just like I already know how to like figure out how to do something in like 20 minutes when it used to take me like an hour or so. So it's just like I was like,
Exactly.
okay, so let me not do hourly. So, but
Yes.
it's pretty much I have a few people that are ongoing, and every once in a while I get like project based stuff.
Mhm.
But I try to like limit how many ongoing I have so I can make sure I have like it's pretty much like my schedule and everything.
Mhm.
So like during like this season, I'll take on ongoing, but like during like the holiday season and everything, I'll only take on projects and I'll have people wait and go
That
from
makes
there.
sense.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
it
sense.
ranges. It just depends what people need.
And it sounds like you have good quality service because they wait for you.
Yeah.
I think some people will be like, oh my goodness, I need to take on all of these clients. And then it's like, oh my God, I can't even do all of this work.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just like, look, like I got kids and stuff and I got other stuff to do. So I just want to make sure I can handle it. Even with subcontractors, I still like to try and make sure I have my hands dirty as well.
Right.
Because one, I was like planned for like, okay, if they can't do it one day or like something were to happen, like I want to be able to make sure I'll be able to handle the people as well. So that's where that comes into.
Right.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that you shared that with me. Because, I'm just starting out as a virtual assistant. So I
Yeah.
always have all of these questions, and I'm like, I know I can't be the only person. And I know I don't want to be the only person that's like spending hours and hours and hours researching this when I can physically talk.
Yeah.
Or
And that's
I
exactly
can.
what I did too. I was like, what is this? I was like, I didn't know anybody at the time that was a virtual assistant. So it's just like spending my time just like trying to read up on everything and trying to figure out what's best and going in groups and just going from there. And
Yes.
that's pretty much how I learned some of the stuff.
And thank God for the Facebook groups because
Yeah,
without them, oh my goodness, you could spend so much time spinning your wheels. Like, how do I pay myself? Or how
yeah,
do I even
exactly.
price my prices? Like, how do I say I can do X, Y, Z if I know how to do all of the alphabet?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh my
It's like,
goodness.
I know it's like, don't be like me. If you have like a skill set, stick to it. Don't try to offer everything under the sun.
Exactly, exactly. Well, thank you so much, Adriana. We
Well, thank
actually
you.
are done. I just wanted to
Awesome.
share with our followers that Adriana has AVAS LLC and she's on Instagram and Facebook. It's AVAS as in Sam LLC, like Lima Coral. And
Yeah.
then her website is Adriana Adriana's VALLC.com.
Yeah.
And it's Adriana with one N. Well, thank you so much.
Well,
And I
thank
enjoyed
you.
our time together. I hope that we do get a chance to either collaborate again or
Yes,
do another
definitely.
one of these lives. I don't mind
Yeah, I
if you
don't
don't
mind either.
mind.
Yeah, I definitely don't mind at all.
Well, thank you. And I hope you have a great day. Everybody, please tune in next week. I'll have another Facebook Live event to do, and I hope to see you there.
Yes, we will. Thank you.
You're welcome. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.